Picture a roof that does the exact opposite of every roof you've ever seen. Instead of shedding water off the sides, it tips inward, funneling every drop toward the center of the house on purpose. No gutters hanging off the eaves. No shingles pitched the normal way. And on one entire wall of this home, there's basically no wall at all, just glass, floor to ceiling, in a single story that's only 30 feet wide and 36 feet deep. It's called a butterfly roof, and it's one of the strangest, boldest design decisions in modern residential architecture, and today we're breaking down exactly why people are building this exact combination. A compact single-story footprint, an inverted roofline, and a wall of glass that turns a 1,080 square foot cabin into something that feels twice that size. Before we go any further, hit that like button, and if you're new here, subscribe. We're covering everything today: why people are choosing this layout over a traditional cabin, the surprising engineering that keeps that roof from failing, what this actually costs to build in 2026, and a few facts about butterfly roofs that most homeowners find out the hard way. Stick around, because by the end of this video I want you to drop a comment and tell me, would you actually live inside a house like this? A single story, by choice, not by budget. Here's the first thing that surprises people about this design: going single story on a 30 by 36 footprint isn't a compromise. It's a deliberate choice. No stairs to climb with groceries, no second floor HVAC zone fighting for temperature control, and every square foot of that 1,080 foot footprint is usable, livable space from the moment you walk in. For downsizers, retirees, and anyone who's tired of a house with rooms they never use, that single level changes everything about how the home actually feels day to day. The butterfly roof is the whole personality of the house. Now here's where it gets interesting. A butterfly roof is the exact inverse of a traditional gable roof. Instead of two planes sloping down and away from each other to a peak, they slope downward from the outer walls and meet in a valley in the middle, like a wide, shallow V. Site index equals 10-1, that V shape actually promotes water drainage, and some designers use that central valley to collect rainwater for irrigation or other uses. /site. It's a roofline that architects associated with mid-century modern homes in the 1940s and 50s are now bringing back for exactly one reason. It lets you build tall glass walls without a traditional roofline getting in the way. Why the glass wall changes everything, and that leads to the second big reason people are drawn to this concept: the floor-to-ceiling glass. Site index equals 15-1, because the outer walls of a butterfly roof rise higher than the center. That architectural presence creates tall, outward-facing walls that are ideal for clear story-style windows and dramatic interior light. /site. In a cabin this compact, that's not a luxury detail, it's what makes 1,080 square feet feel like it's breathing. You're not looking at a wall. You're looking at the tree line, the mountains, or the lake from your kitchen counter. Where the height actually goes, let's talk about what a 30 by 36 single-story concept can actually hold, because the butterfly roof isn't just decorative, it directly shapes the interior. Site index equals 16-1. The high ceilings on the outer walls let you add clear story windows for natural light, and it creates open, loft-like spaces that feel modern and roomy. /site. Even without a second floor. That means the great room, kitchen, living, and dining combined can sit under the tallest part of the roof, right up against the glass wall, while the roof lowers toward the center, over the more private bedroom and bathroom spaces. One structural catch worth knowing, but here's something most walkthrough videos won't tell you. Site index equals 11-1. A butterfly roof can create awkward room shapes and is likely to require central supports within the property, which can affect the internal layout. /site. On a compact footprint, that support has to be planned in from day one, not bolted on as an afterthought. Indoor-outdoor living on a small footprint, and because that glass wall runs the full height of the room, the boundary between inside and outside practically disappears. A covered porch or deck just beyond the glass extends the living space visually without adding to the 1,080 square feet. On paper, you're not building bigger, you're building more connected. Zoning 1,080 square feet on purpose. Let's map this out, because a 30 by 36 rectangle only works if every zone earns its place. The tallest part of the roof, right along the glass wall, carries the great room, kitchen, dining, and living flowing together as one roughly 400 to 450 square foot zone. Where the roof drops toward the central valley, you tuck the primary bedroom and a second bedroom or flex office, each cozier under that lower ceiling. A shared hallway runs along the structural spine, the same central support the roof needs anyway, so it's never wasted space. It's the backbone of the layout. Where the bathrooms and utility space go, the primary bedroom gets its own ensuite, roughly 60 to 80 square feet, tucked against an interior wall so it doesn't compete with the home's exterior glazing. A second, shared bathroom sits near the flex room and entry. And behind the kitchen, the most overlooked room in any small plan, a compact utility and mudroom zone handles laundry, storage, and mechanical equipment. The kitchen layout that actually fits the kitchen goes along that glass wall or perpendicular to it, because site index equals 39-1. The open plan concept that put the kitchen at the center of the home, rather than hidden in the back, is exactly what modern great room living is built on/site. At roughly 150 to 200 square feet, site index equals 38-1. The layout that fits best is a single run of cabinetry paired with one substantial island. A double island setup really only makes sense once a kitchen tops 14 feet wide/site. Site index equals 38-1. Put the cooktop on that island and you get a conversation kitchen, where the cook faces the room instead of a wall/site, and dinner prep happens with a view of the tree line, not a backsplash. One line item most people forget: here's a detail that trips people up. Site index equals 38-1. A cooktop on the island needs either an architectural range hood or a downdraft system venting through the slab, and that hood alone often runs $2,000 to $5,000 installed/site. Worth planning for before the slab gets poured, not after. Why this roof isn't as fragile as it looks: a lot of people assume an inward-sloping roof is a structural weak point. In one specific way, it's actually the opposite. Site index equals 10-1. The butterfly roof has an aerodynamic design that withstands extreme winds and performs well in tropical storms/site. Site index equals 13-1. Its low drag shape makes it a genuinely smart choice for windy sites/site, which is why you'll see it on coastal builds and open, exposed lots where a gable roof would take a beating. The real engineering challenge: the valley wind resistance is only half the story. Site index equals 15-1. Engineering a butterfly roof requires careful attention to load paths. The inward sloping planes transfer loads toward the central valley and down to the load-bearing walls and footings/site. Site index equals 14-1. The structure needs custom framing to handle the inward slopes and any snow load collecting in the center/site. This isn't a roof you frame by eye. Every connection at that valley is doing real structural work. Where the water actually goes, then there's drainage, the most talked about detail of this roof style. Site index equals 12-1. Water pools toward the central valley. So drainage efficiency depends on an adequate valley pitch and properly sized, unobstructed drains or scuppers/site. Site index equals 16-1. Get it wrong and you're dealing with a clogged gutter, ice damming, or leaks at the seams/site. Get it right, and this roof channels water efficiently with zero visible gutters on the outside. It's not just a big window, it's a structural decision. Let's talk about that glass wall, because floor-to-ceiling glass on this scale is its own engineering project. Site index equals 24-1. Replacing a standard wall with floor-to-ceiling glass may require structural reinforcement to support the opening, especially if it's a load-bearing wall/site. And site index equals 21-1. Structural solutions like cantilevered beams or engineered headers are often what makes a frameless, clean-lined glass wall possible/site in the first place. That clean, modern look you see in the finished home is hiding a surprising amount of structural planning behind it. Built to be safe, not just beautiful safety-wise, this isn't ordinary window glass. Site index equals 18-1. These installations typically use dual-pane glass with low-E coating and argon fill as the performance standard/site. And site index equals 24-1. Tempered safety glass is standard for large panels like this, since it breaks into small, blunt pieces rather than sharp shards if it ever fails/site. Combine that with a thermally broken frame and you've got a wall engineered to handle impact, wind pressure, and temperature swings all at once. Solving the glass box problem. The biggest myth about a home like this is that all that glass makes it impossible to keep comfortable. Site index equals 21-1. In reality, low-E coating reflects infrared heat while letting visible light through, and argon or krypton gas fill improves insulation by 15 to 30% over plain air/site. Site index equals 21-1. Pair that with the right orientation south-facing glass for winter heat gain, shading to manage west-facing summer heat, And a wall this size works with the climate instead of against it, /site. Setting the baseline, so what does a single-story modern cabin like this actually run in 2026? Site index equals 35-1, custom modern style homes, the kind built with flat or sculptural roof lines, wall-to-wall glass, and contemporary materials typically run $150 to $400 per square foot /site. Site index equals 27-1, while a fully custom cabin build in general lands around $250 to $500 per square foot /site. For our 1,080 square foot footprint, that puts a realistic mid to upper range build somewhere around $270,000 to $430,000, and I want to be upfront that this is a representative range based on current 2026 custom build pricing, not a quote for one specific named property, since costs shift heavily by region, site access, and finish level. Where the butterfly roof and glass wall add cost 2 features push the number toward the higher end of that range. First, the roof, site index equals 14-1. A butterfly roofline requires custom framing and skilled engineering, more complex than a standard truss roof /site. Second, the glass site index equals 18-1. A high-end floor-to-ceiling glass wall with premium glazing and structural support can range from $3,000 to over $30,000 /site. And site index equals 25-1. Window wall systems typically price between $200 and $650 per linear foot installed /site, once structural requirements are factored in. On a 30-foot wide glass wall, that's a serious slice of the budget and the single feature that defines the entire home. Where the rest of the money goes beyond the roof and glass, site index equals 34-1. Custom architectural design services typically run 8 to 15% of total construction cost /site, on top of site prep, foundation, insulation, and interior finishes. And on a home built around a dramatic roofline and a wall of glass, most owners spend less on interior extras and let the architecture itself do the talking. Fact 1. This roof style started in the desert. Here's one that surprises almost everyone. Site index equals 14-1. The butterfly roof has desert-friendly origins, originally suited for dry, low rainfall areas, before it became an icon of mid-century modern design in the 1940s and 50s thanks to architects like William Crizzle /site. The same roofline that's now popping up on rainy coastal cabins actually started as a solution for places that barely saw rain at all. Fact 2. The no gutters look is a trade. Not a bonus, but it pays you back. A lot of people assume no visible gutters means less maintenance. Site index equals 11-1. In reality, butterfly roofs achieve their drainage and weatherproofing without needing fascias, soffits, or conventional gutters at all /site. But that maintenance doesn't disappear, it just moves to one central point, where site index equals 16-1, leaves and debris build up fast and need regular cleaning /site. The upside, site index equals 11-1, that same central valley can collect rainwater efficiently via a valley gutter, which can then be reused /site for irrigation or, in some off-grid setups, filtered for use inside the home. Fact 3. 1 foot of snow weighs more than you think, and if you're picturing this design in a snowy climate, here's a number worth knowing. Site index equals 3-1. A single foot of fresh snow sitting on a roof weighs around 6,240 pounds, as much as a heavy pickup truck /site. On a butterfly roof, all of that weight is being funneled toward the same central valley the water drains through, which is exactly why cold climate versions of this design lean so heavily on custom structural engineering at that one critical point. So here's what you're actually looking at with this concept. A single-story, 1,080 square foot cabin that trades a traditional roofline for one engineered to resist wind, manage water, and open up walls of glass most homes could never support. It's not the cheapest way to build 1,080 square feet, but square foot for square foot, it might be one of the most dramatic. A house like this isn't for everyone, and that's kind of the point. It's a bold trade-off between striking design and the extra engineering, maintenance, and budget it takes to pull it off correctly. So tell me in the comments, would you actually live inside a house like this? Could you handle maintaining that central roof valley? Or does the idea of floor-to-ceiling glass and a roof that defies gravity make it all worth it? If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit like, subscribe, and stick around because we've got a lot more tiny home and barn dominium concepts coming your way.